Why win with your cards when you can win the game with your opponent's cards instead? Kotis the Fangkeeper turns every fight into an opportunity, slipping past defenses, growing stronger, and stealing victory right from your opponent's libraries. So, let's dive in. Kotis the Fangkeeper has Indestructible, and whenever Kotis deals combat damage to a player, exile the top X cards of their library, where X is the amount of damage dealt. You may cast any number of spells with mana value X or less from among them without paying their mana costs. This deck is all about making Kotis the Fangkeeper an unstoppable threat. We stack enchantments and artifacts to pump his power, then slip past blockers with evasion. Every time he connects, we get to steal from our opponents, turning their own cards against them. Aether Tunnel is one of the key pieces in this deck, making Kotis unblockable while also giving him a slight power boost. This card helps ensure that we can connect our combat damage to opponents no matter how many blockers they have. Ancestral Mask is a powerhouse in this deck, massively boosting Kotis' power based on the number of enchantments on the battlefield. Since we're loading him up with auras, this can quickly turn Kotis into a one-shot threat. Plus, it benefits from opponents' enchantments too, making it an unpredictable but devastating win condition. Auramancer's Guise is perfect for Kotis because it gives him a big power and toughness boost while also granting vigilance. The more auras he has, well, the stronger he gets, and since we're stacking those enchantments, they can turn him into an unstoppable force. Bloodforged Battle Axe. This one is perfect for Kotis because it gives a repeatable power boost while creating copies of itself every time Kotis deals combat damage. Since Kotis thrives on hitting opponents, this can quickly snowball, stacking into multiple Bloodforged axes and makes him even more deadlier. Cartouche of Knowledge is a great all-in-one aura for Kotis. It gives him evasion with flying, ensuring that we can connect for damage. And it also provides a small power boost. Cranial Plating is also a powerful card in this deck because it gives Kotis a huge power boost based on the number of artifacts we control. Since we are running plenty of equipment and mana rocks, this can quickly turn him into a lethal threat. Enter the Enigma is a perfect card for Kotis because it makes him completely unblockable for the turn. And it also has the added benefit of a card draw. Favor of the Overbeing. This one is great because Kotis is green and blue, meaning that he gets the full benefit of the aura. He gains +1/+1, flying for easy evasion, and vigilance so he can attack freely while staying up for defense. This makes it a low cost but highly effective way to keep the pressure on while keeping Kotis safe. Felix 5 Boots is an incredible addition to this deck because it doubles Kotis' triggered ability, meaning we can steal twice as many cards whenever he connects. But there is an important note with this. The ability doesn't stack, so if Kotis steals 5 damage, X would equal 5, and you would trigger Kotis' ability. Then Felix 5 Boots would trigger, making Kotis trigger again, and you would then steal another 5. So they don't add together and make X 10. Hero's Heirloom. This is a fantastic addition to give to Kotis because you give him a solid +2/+1 boost to Power of Toughness along with Trample and Haste. The Trample ensures that even if Kotis is blocked, his damage can still somewhat get through. And Haste, well, it lets him attack immediately. Hot Soup. Now this one makes Kotis unblockable, ensuring that he can get through defenses and trigger his ability to steal cards. Now, the secondary ability of Hot Soup is you would have to destroy the creature when it's dealt damage, but this doesn't apply to Kotis because he is indestructible. So this makes him unblockable and essentially invulnerable while he's equipped with Hot Soup. Hunter's Prowess is a fantastic way to boost Kotis and ensure that he gets through for damage. It gives him a significant +3/+3 power boost and trample, meaning that he can push through blockers, dealing more damage even if the path somehow is obstructed. But the real value comes from the card draw. When Kotis connects, whenever he deals combat damage, it lets you draw that many cards. And it helps keep your hand full and your options open. Indomitable Might. This one gives Kotis a +3/+3 power and toughness boost. But the great part about it is it allows him to sign combat damage as if he weren't blocked. This means that even if Kotis is managed to be blocked, his damage will still get through. Inquisitor's Flail is a great way to make Kotis even more dangerous. It causes him to deal double damage when attacking, but it also means that he gets to take double damage if blocked or dealt damage. The risk is mitigated though by Kotis' indestructibility. It's a high-risk, high-reward card that helps push the game in your favor, especially when Kotis is equipped with a variety of buffs. Mask of Riddles gives Kotis fear, meaning he can't be blocked except by artifact creatures or black creatures. This makes him harder to block and ensures that he can reliably deal damage to opponents. Additionally, it triggers some card draw whenever Kotis deals combat damage, keeping your hand full and giving you more tools to control the game. Packed Weapon. This is a high reward piece of equipment for Kotis the Fangkeeper. Whenever Kotis attacks, you draw and reveal a card from your hand. Kotis gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the mana value of the revealed card. However, you lose life equal to that mana value. But its first ability says that you can't lose the game for having less than 0 life. Prowler's Helm. This makes the equipped creature unblockable except by creatures that are walls. This means that Kotis can get through most blockers, and walls aren't a super common creature type for decks to run. Raised by Giants is a massive upgrade for Kotis the Fangkeeper. It sets his base power and toughness to 10/10, instantly making him a serious threat. Since Kotis is already indestructible, having him be a guaranteed 10/10 makes it even easier to take down opponents with commander damage or steal their best cards. Rancor is a perfect addition because it gives him +2/+0 and trample, ensuring that even if he does get blocked, some of that damage still gets through. But the best part, when Rancor goes to the graveyard, it comes right back to your hand, letting you keep the pressure on. It's a cheap, efficient way to make Kotis hit harder while ensuring he keeps breaking through your opponent's defenses. Security Bypass. Now this one makes Kotis the Fangkeeper even harder to stop. As long as he's attacking alone, well, he can't be blocked, making it easy to connect and trigger his ability to steal from your opponents. But on top of that, whenever Kotis deals combat damage, you get to connive, letting you draw a card and potentially make him even stronger by discarding a non-land card for a +1/+1 counter. It's the perfect enchantment for ensuring Kotis keeps slipping past defenses while also improving your hand and power level. Strong Back. This one is perfect for the Voltron strategy, making Kotis the Fangkeeper even deadlier. First up, it reduces the equip abilities and aura spells by 3, letting you power up Kotis much faster. On top of that, it gives Kotis +2/+2 for each aura and equipment attached to him. Thran Power Suit is a great way to, well, boost Kotis the Fangkeeper, giving him +1/+1 for each aura and equipment attached to him. Since this deck is all about stacking enchantments and artifacts onto Kotis, that bonus can add up really quickly. On top of that, it grants Ward 2, making it harder for your opponents to target him with removal. Tricks of the Trade is a simple but effective enchantment for Kotis the Fangkeeper. It gives him +2/+0 and makes him unblockable. Just a really easy way to have him swing in and connect that damage. To make Kotis the Fangkeeper an unstoppable force, we need to boost his power as much as possible. These spells and effects increase his strength, making it easier to take out opponents with commander damage while maximizing the impact of his ability. Forgotten Ancient. This one is a great way to grow Kotis the Fangkeeper over time. Whenever a player casts a spell, Forgotten Ancient gets a +1/+1 counter. And at the start of your upkeep, you can move those counters onto Kotis. Since this deck is all about making Kotis as big as possible and stealing spells, this can make him grow very rapidly, ensuring that he stays a constant threat. Increasing Savagery is a massive power boost. It puts 5 +1/+1 counters on Kotis for just 4 mana, instantly making him a bigger threat. But the real power comes from the flashback cost, which lets you cast it again from the graveyard for even more value. This time adding 10 +1/+1 counters instead. With this spell, Kotis can quickly reach lethal commander damage levels, making it a key tool for overwhelming your opponent. Larger Than Life. This one is a quick, efficient way to pump Kotis the Fangkeeper. Phyto Burst is another powerful, cost-effective way to pump Kotis the Fangkeeper. For just 2 green mana, it gives Kotis +5/+5 until end of turn, giving you a little bit of some extra value overall. Scale Up. This one is a quick, efficient way to boost Kotis the Fangkeeper. For just 1 green mana, it gives target creature base power and toughness 6/4 until end of turn. This can provide a significant power boost to Kotis, making him even more formidable in combat. The 13th Doctor adds both utility and power to Kotis. Whenever you cast a spell anywhere other than your hand, you can put a +1/+1 counter on Kotis. Since the cards you are stealing are from exile, each spell you successfully steal will proc the Doctor. In a Voltron strategy, keeping Kotis the Fangkeeper safe is just as important as powering him up. These spells and effects provide protection, ensuring Kotis can stay on the battlefield to trigger his ability and deal damage, while minimizing the risk of removal from opponents. With the Voltron strategy too, we need to have protection for ourselves. In this type of deck, we want to be swinging, we want to be dealing damage, but that can lead us wide open for counterattacks. So this gives us a nice balance between protecting our board and protecting ourselves. Commencement of festivities, it helps you survive against aggressive attacks or unexpected swings. Fey Flight is a great defensive tool for Kotis because it provides an evasion and protection. It grants him flying, which makes him, again, much harder to block, but it also gives him hexproof, preventing opponents from targeting him with removal spells or abilities. Fog is a classic defensive spell that can save you in a tough spot. It prevents all combat damage for the turn. This one has saved many of us in our play group and helped us win the game. Overprotect is a strong defensive tool for Kotis. It gives him hexproof and toughness boost until end of turn, making it an excellent response to removal spells or board wipes. Since Kotis is the core of our strategy, keeping him safe is crucial. And this instant ensures he can stay on the battlefield, ready to keep stealing from your opponents. Simic Charm. This one is a versatile protection spell, but in this deck, you'll primarily use it for its hexproof ability. This allows you to protect Kotis the Fangkeeper from targeted removal at instant speed. Flip Out the Back is one of the best ways to protect Kotis, because it gives him a +1/+1 counter and phases him out, making him completely untouchable until your next turn. This dodges removal, board wipes, and even exile effects while also making Kotis a little bit stronger. Since he returns to play untapped, well, he'll be ready to attack and steal again on your next turn. Snakeskin Veil is a great low-cost way to protect Kotis. It gives him hexproof until end of turn, stopping targeted removal. Spore Frog acts as a one-time fog effect, letting you sacrifice him to prevent all combat damage for the turn. This can be a lifesaver when facing an aggressive board state. Swiftfoot Boots. This one is an essential piece for protection for Kotis the Fangkeeper. It grants him hexproof to protect him from targeted removal, and also gives haste, so Kotis can swing in immediately. Tavar's Stand. This one is also a great way to protect Kotis the Fangkeeper, while also boosting his power. It gives Kotis hexproof until end of turn, protecting him from removal. Arcane Denial is a powerful and efficient counterspell that can disrupt your opponent's plans. Just simple and easy and effective. Asterian's Thirst. Now this one is a strong removal spell with an added bonus. It exiles a creature dealing with a potential threat, and then lets you put X +1/+1 counters on Kotis equal to the exiled creature's power. This not only disrupts your opponent's board, but also makes Kotis even stronger. Beast Within. This one is just a iconic green non-land permanent removal piece. It's just great versatility all around. Counterspell. This one is a classic and reliable way to just shut down any spell for just 2 blue mana. Counter Squall is a powerful counterspell that not only counters a non-creature spell, but also makes that spell's controller lose 2 life. This is just the perfect way to just stopping board wipes, removal, or big spells, while also adding just a little bit of pressure to your opponent's life total. Gemraiser is a versatile creature that provides both a mutation synergy and artifact/enchantment removal. By mutating onto Kotis, you can give him trample and a power boost, while also getting to destroy an opponent's artifact or enchantment. Long River's Pull. This one is a great counter spell because it can counter any spell as long as you're willing to give an opponent a card. This small drawback is often worth it to stop game-changing threats like board wipes, win conditions, or key removal spells. Negate is also a classic and efficient counter spell that lets you counter any non-creature spell for just 2 mana. Putrefy. This one is just a removal spell that lets you destroy any artifact or creature, with the added bonus of making sure it can be regenerated. Rapid Hybridization. This one is a quick and efficient removal spell that turns any creature into a 3/3 frog lizard, effectively removing it from the board. Now this section, it is pretty short, there's only 3, but with the card draw, we have it pretty intermingled within the other sections, right? With the Voltron section, with protection. So just because there's only 3 cards here in the card draw sections, there are plenty more within the deck. Baleful Strix. This one is a powerful flying creature that can provide both card draw and disruption. When it enters the battlefield, it draws you a card, and it has the added benefit of having Death Touch. Surge of Brilliance is a great way to capitalize on Kotis' theft abilities. By casting it after Kotis has exiled something with his ability, you get to draw a card for each spell you've cast that turn from anywhere other than your hand. Toski, Bearer of Secrets. This one ensures that whenever any creature you control deals combat damage to a player, well, you draw a card. This is especially powerful in a deck with Kotis where he is often unblockable. In this deck, Mana Ramp is focused on mana rocks and creature-based ramp to quickly accelerate the game plan. With cards like Arcane Signet, Dimir Signet, and Elvish Mystic, you can generate the necessary mana to fuel your enchantments, artifacts, and combat checks, enabling Kotis to grow even faster. For lands, this deck focuses on a mix of dual lands, utility lands, and sack lands to ensure smooth mana fixing and accelerate the game plan. With the right colors, you'll be able to efficiently support your ramp, enchantments, and creature strategies. This setup ensures that you can focus on applying pressure and executing your plans without being hindered by mana issues. And that's a wrap on the Kotis the Famekeeper deck. If you liked this video, like, comment, and subscribe to join the fairest community in all of Magic the Gathering. Until next time, keep your cards close and your opponent's cards even closer.